Hey everybody, it's Janice with Creating Through Chaos. I'm going to start this project off with this canvas that I got at Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to take an X-Acto knife and I'm going to run it around the back side of the canvas to pull that canvas off. So I'm just going to go all the way around and then pull the canvas off. We're going to use just the frame. So I'm just going to pull this all off and then pull off all the excess canvas that is left under the staples. So just kind of rip those right up. And then once I have all that off, I take a little screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, and I just kind of slide it underneath each one of the staples, and then I pop them up. As you can see, I'm just popping them up just a little bit. And then I take a pair of pliers and just pull them out. So I'm just going to take the pliers and then just pop out those ones that I popped up. And this process is pretty easy for the most part. So once I have those all out, I am going to take some black paint and I'm going to paint my frame with the black paint. And I did all sides of the frame with the black. Once I have the frame all painted, I'm going to take these jumbo craft sticks and I'm going to paint them all white. I get the jumbo ones at Walmart. They come in a pack that's pretty good sized for a very decent price. So I did the fronts and the backs of these because you're going to see them from both sides. And I like having the back side of my projects finished. So just doing a coat of that, and I leave the bottoms so I can hold on to them, and then I'll flip them and do the bottoms after. Then once I had them all painted, I'm just going to take some sandpaper and sand the edges of either side of the craft stick. So just on both sides, just kind of give it that shiplap look. And that will also help clean up any, excess paint or, dribbles that you made. So once I have them all sanded, I'm going to set those aside and I'm going to take this bottle cap from Dollar Tree and I'm going to paint just the inside with some black paint. I'm just going to use a sponge pouncer because it's easier to paint these with one of them. So I'm just going to kind of go around and do the bottom first and then I go along the edges of the inside. And you can do more than one coat. Once this coat dries, you can do another one and give you some good full coverage. And now as you can see, I'm going to go around and do all of the edges. Once it was all dry, I am going to take this stencil from Dollar Tree also, and I'm going to lay that right in the center of my bottle cap. And this one just says Farmer's Market. I'm going to make sure I get it right where I want it. And then I'm going to take some white paint and a sponge pouncer, and I'm going to go ahead and stencil this in the inside of this cap. And I'm using a very small amount of paint. I'm blotting it off on my desk so that I'm not using too much paint and not making it so that it bleeds. And I'm going to do that through the whole stencil. And you want to go slow with this, making sure that you're not using a lot of paint. As you can see, I haven't reloaded in quite some time. And that's the key to stenciling, is just the least amount of paint and just going slow, kind of going over the same spots over and over again if you need to. So once I had that all covered, it's time to peel it off. And look how cute that turned out. If you have any issues, you can just take some black paint and touch up where you need to. Next, I'm going to turn the canvas sideways, so horizontally. I'm going to lay all my craft sticks on the back and make sure that I have them all lined up how I want them. And then I'm going to start gluing them on. So I'm just going to use some hot glue around the edges, lay that paint stick down or jumbo craft stick down. And then just do that for all the rest of them. Just kind of making sure I'm spacing them where I want them. They're not too far spaced apart. And that they're all still going to fit on to the back side of this canvas frame. And just keep going. And if you need to, if you don't feel like this is sturdy enough, you can add a couple of extra sticks onto the back to give it more stability. And just paint them white to match, and you'll never know that they were there. And again, just doing this final one, making sure I get around that bottom edge. And then just kind of holding them all into place. And I think it turned out so super cute. I love it. And it's hard to see from the video, but it does look like shiplap because of the sanded edges. Next, I'm going to take some super glue and some hot glue, and I'm going to glue this cap down right to the center of this sign. And making sure that I have it centered, and then just holding it until that glue sets up a little bit. And be careful because the cap will be hot. Then I'm going to take some greenery, and I'm going to glue this to the top of the cap. So I'm just kind of getting my placement of where I want it, and then I'm just going to run some glue up there and then kind of lay down my greenery, making sure that it's all stuck. And I got this greenery from Hobby Lobby. They come in little bushes, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Just kind of add some glue, place these down, and they're just kind of messing with them. They weren't sitting quite how I wanted them to, but once I got them on there, they did end up kind of laying the way that I wanted them to. So I'm just kind of messing with them because I kind of wanted them to go around the edges, but it worked out good. Next, I took this buffalo check ribbon that I had, and I just made a small bow for the top, and I'm just going to glue that right to the top of the bottle cap, and then just kind of mess with the loops and the tails to get them kind of set how I want. And that is it. I think this project turned out so super cute. I absolutely love it. Everything just kind of came together and made the perfect little farmhouse sign, and I adore it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and as always, don't forget to spread the chaos.